We're seeing a lot of flooding in urban areas as well as along rivers. We're seeing landslides that are happening with increasing frequency. If we can anticipate extreme rain better, we can be better prepared to deal with it. My name is Sushmita Pathak, and I'm a freelance journalist based in India. I live in Delhi, which does not get a lot of rain. I mean, not as much as like Mumbai or the southern part, Kerala. But in Delhi in 2023, what happened was Delhi was receiving a lot of rain. In one day, it broke a 40-year rainfall record. The Yamuna River flows through Delhi, and there was a lot of rainfall in some of the upstream areas. Those areas ended up releasing a dam, water from a dam, and that combined with the heavy rain, the levels of the Yamuna River breached an all-time high, and that ended up flooding huge parts of the city of Delhi. I remember a few days before the river crossed that all-time high mark, I took a train that crosses a bridge on the river, and it was just a huge expanse of brown, muddy water, and it was really scary. So, the monsoon is nothing but a seasonal shift in the winds that leads to more rain in that 3-4 months of the year. The monsoon is very, very crucial for the country. It's tied to the country's economy. So much of agriculture in India is rain fed agriculture. So, there's a lot of farmers in India are small, marginal farmers. So, they depend a lot on monsoon. For them, it's tied to their livelihood. Climate change is making the monsoon more and more unpredictable, more erratic. We are seeing monsoon start way earlier than usual or sometimes late. We're seeing these short spells of very intense rain rather than showers that are more spread out. Monsoons have a lot of variability naturally, so they are inherently hard to predict. Our understanding of the monsoon has improved, but the Indian Meteorological Department can only predict rainfall at the district level or the city level. But rainfall is very localized. So, what we really need is more localized forecasts. And unfortunately, big national agencies cannot do that. But what's happening is that we're seeing a lot of citizen science groups trying to fill this gap. There's one citizen science group in the southern state of Kerala that's been very successful. It's called the Meenachil River and Rain Monitoring Network. So this is essentially a wide network of volunteers, farmers, school children, they have homemakers. They have these rain gauges, which are really simple cylindrical devices in their backyards, and they measure the rainfall through these devices and share this with Ebi Emmanuel, who is an environmental activist who leads this group. He gets this data from this hundreds of volunteers that they have, and he analyzes the data and puts it together and shares it with the community through a WhatsApp group. They've had a lot of success in recent years where they've managed to, even evacuate people based on this kind of citizen measurement of rainfall. In rural parts of India, in mountainous parts, there's another challenge that's growing, and that's landslides. Landslides triggered by heavy rains are becoming more common, more intense, more dangerous. There was this one landslide in particular last year in 2024 in Wayanad, which is in southern India. This huge landslide that traveled 5 miles down a slope. It completely devastated 2 villages. It tore through tea plantations and it killed more than 200 people. And that, for the whole country, that was like a wake-up call about landslides and the threat they pose. One of the problems is that we don't have a lot of data about where landslides have occurred in the past or how serious they've been. I spoke to a group of researchers at the Indian Institute of Technology in Delhi who've developed a landslide susceptibility map of India. This is a really high resolution map of the whole country, and they did that using machine learning. So, what they did was they took a lot of different data sets, data about soil erosion, data about soil type, rock type, data taken from satellites, and also some historical data about landslides. And they fed that to a machine learning model. And in their office, they pulled the map up for me on their monitor. And you can really zoom into a tiny 100-meter square of India and see how susceptible that is to landslides. One of the most important things going forward to manage all these disasters, flooding, landslides, is going to be better forecasting, more localized forecasts, more efforts by volunteer groups like the one in Meenachil in Kerala, and also making sure that those forecasts reach the people that will be affected. Last year, I'd spoken to a group of farmers who did not really follow forecasts, and they were really suffering because of climate change, because climate change was altering rainfall patterns. One thing that one farmer said really stuck with me was that, farming has become like gambling. You plant something and you don't know how it's going to rain, when it's going to rain, so it's like a gamble. And I think better forecasts and making sure those forecasts reach people like that farmer will be really important going forward.